as the Leet Racing Lotus Challenge makes its way to the line. Thomas Falconer, race 1 winner on pole. Jeff Kruger will be right behind him. Looks like it's going to be Rudy Barnard who's going to be alongside Thomas Falconer, and Andre Himman will be alongside Jeff Kruger for that first four. JP Nokia will be looking to try and stay with that first four, as will Matt Nash. But that fight for the first four in race 1 was arguably the best race of the day so far here, with 4 cars fighting for 8 laps within half a second of each other. So waiting for the green flag to get to the back of the grid. We then come under starters orders, and it's a standing start here for Lotus Challenge, heading towards turn 1 for 8 laps of race action. Once again here at Phakisa Freeway for the Phakisa 200 weekender of Regional Extreme Festival. The original Motorsport Festival back at Phakisa Freeway. 30 seconds changes to 5. 5 is a very quick board as the marshals head for safety. And the man with the flag will drop it to get them racing. Everybody getting a good start off the line there. Gijs van der Walt also with a good start in that mid-pack in the JPS colours in that Lotus. Jeff Kruger not getting a start he wanted, that is for sure, around the outside and having to take a little bit of a wide line there as he gets forced wide by Himman. Change up for the lead though. It is Rudy Barnard who hits the front and holds shots ahead of Thomas Falconer as they head down towards turn 2. Heading for 3 now is JP Nokia joining them. And it looks like, by the looks of things, David Kutsia has gone along for the ride too. So we've got 7 cars fighting for the lead as they go out of turn 3 for the first time. Brilliant race action there. Make it 6 as one of them's dropped off there. I think it might be Matt Nash, who's just lost the drive there coming out of the final corner. No, it's not Nash. It's actually, by the looks of things, is that Ian Young? It's Ian Young, yes. Carl Scarp in the mix there just behind that too, but it's Thomas Falconer who now looks to return the favour as they get to Coca-Cola. He gets to the front, Barnard into second, Jeff Kruger's third, him on his 4. 5 is Nokia, and he's joined that party, so we've got a 5-way fight. They've pulled slightly away there from Matt Nash and Carl Scarp. I think it might be Carl Scarp that they're pulling away from. I don't think if Nash made it back onto the grid there by the looks of it. So here we go into the right-handers at Uncini 1 and 2. Oh, that's huge. 53, the B53 car there with some huge damage. And certainly not the way you want to be starting your day's racing, that is for sure. It's definitely not how that car wanted to start things out here for race number 2. And David Kutsia will be a bit concerned about the damage on the front end of that machine. He's gone up the back end of one of the cars by the looks of things to destroy that front right, or front left. And definitely not David Kutsia's day here in race 2. Barnard leads out though, over Falconer. Falconer's got Kruger, and Kruger's got pressure huge from Rudy and from Andre Himman. Himman all over the back end of Kruger as they come onto the main straightaway to start another one. Behind that you can see them lining up, and it's lining up in the form of JP Nokia. Nokia is right there in the N4 Autocraft car, but it is a chop and change between these top 2. Barnard has kept them honest for now, but he can't soak up that pressure for too much longer, surely. The pressure that he's on. Yellow flags down into turn 5 at the Coke bottle corner. That's where I think that incident took place there that we saw take out of the running there David Kutsia. Heading towards the double right-hander now. That is the hairpin corner at the end of this short straight. And Falconer looks on the inside of Barnard. Is he close enough? He has a look, but he's not close enough as Barnard just keeps him honest. Jeff Kruger around the outside, forced wide by Andre Himman, but he'll know that the inside line is coming up after this into the left-hander at the Coke bottle corner. Maintains third by keeping that outside line through turn 4. 5 and 6, there's the damaged car on the left-hand side of the shot. Coming through there with yellow flags, just warning the drivers that there is a car stricken on the sidelines. Class L starting to heat up as well once again. This time out, looks like that Class L battle is a little bit closer between a lot more cars than just the 2 that fought out initially in race number 1. And that's these 2, Sean Hepburn and Andre Duplessis. 2 by 2 through the fastest right-hander at Phakisa. Usually ends up in tears, but they were just able to get through there unscathed. And maintaining some good manoeuvring here. Kruger around the outside of Hilkop. Difficult corner to sort out, but if he gets it right, he can maybe hang on to the inside line for the final corner. That's exactly why Jeff Kruger went high and wide, using that outside line, and returns the favour on Andre Himman back to third. Himman tries to come back at Kruger. The drive to get around the outside into the final corner may have hindered Jeff Kruger's pace towards turn 1, but it didn't seem to be a problem. He still managed to hang on there. Behind that, they are fighting hard, and you can see how hard they are fighting. You've got Miles Downard and Nick Hodgson in the fight. You've got Davide Favo in there too. And take nothing away from Dunford and from Andrew Fulton. They're all in the mix there for Class L honours. But they've got to try and bridge that gap to the top 2 who are just up the road from them. That is Hepburn and Duplessis. Third place is Favo. Leet Boy's on his tail, looking for a way through. Hodgson looking to turn his luck around here in the second heat. Didn't quite work out according to plan for him in the first one there, but Hodgson is definitely looking for a chance now in the second heat to get up the inside of the 46 car with his number 16 machine. Battle of the sixes there. Speaking of sixes, 76 in third place is Jeff Kruger. He's trying to find a way through there on 28, Rudy Barnard. Barnard for the Adlam Racing stable. Losing a little bit of ground now with the two of them fighting so hard. They're allowing Thomas Faulkner to get away. Don't want to be doing that too often. Faulkner will definitely make you pay. Faulkner looking for a double win here to hopefully keep himself in the hunt for a championship at the end of this year. Kruger's looking for his 6th title in Lotus. Lotus Challenge has been dominated by Jeff Kruger over the last 7 or 8 years. And he's taken 5 of them. Almost back-to-back. The only one who didn't go back-to-back was when Mackie Adlam unfortunately beat him to the line at Red Star Raceway in the final round of the championship to the tune of 1 point to win the title. Kruger came back in 2021 and retook that title away from Mackie Adlam. Into turn 1 he goes now. He's in that 76 machine of his, Team Red Racing's, and the Design Hut car. Nice fight here as well, as we said, 52 into the mix. Kind of expected him to get there. It's great to have Andrew Fulton and Barry Dunford in the mix there for Class L. Not holding anything back here at the front of Class B, neither at the front of Class L. 3x3 into the boot. And the toe of the boot there sees Rudy Barnard just ahead now of Jeff Kruger, as Faulkner is just concentrating all his efforts on getting away. Kruger's realising that, and I think that's why he's turning up his pace slightly. Just to get through there on Barnard and say, listen, we've got to go, otherwise Tommy Boy is going to get away. Himan now around the outside of Jeff Kruger into Unchini 1, and he gets around the outside. Will Kruger keep him honest on the brakes? Yes, he will. Tucks onto the inside now and hangs into that insider of Unchini 1, coming out of Unchini 2 now. Andre Himan looking to get the slipstream. Pulls out, looks for the run towards the right-hander. And just gets ahead there of Jeff Kruger. Perfect timing there on the slipstream from Andre Himan. 3 and 4. Absolutely lit up here for the action at the front end of the second heat of Leet Racing's Lotus Challenge. Whoa, Barnard off the circuit slightly. That's how hard Rudy Barnard is pushing, trying to find a way to close that gap down on his rival out front there, Thomas Faulkner. Duplessis looking to do the same thing here in Class L on Hepburn. Hepburn has soaked the pressure up all race long in race 1. He's done the same thing here in race 2. They are both closing down on Coral Scarp just ahead of them. And looks like, have we got timing back? Yes, it looks like we may have timing back there, which is a good thing. That is how it stands. And things changing up here in the second half of this race of the Lotus Challenge. So coming up on back end of Coral Scarp, I think Sean Hepburn will be looking to try and get ahead of Scarp, give himself at least a car distance ahead of second place Andre Duplessis in the Vibro Bricks and Paving car. Hepburn pushing hard. He's caught the back end of Coral Scarp. Let's see what he can do now. If you can see it parked out of harm's way there. Well, they reckon it's out of harm's way. It looks like it's quite a precarious position in my opinion. But anyway, all the drivers have seen that car parked on the sideline now, and will realise that it's not going to be moved until the end of this race. Remember, after this, we've still got 2 more sprint races to come in the form of BMW M Performance Parts Racing Series and the DOE Formula Vs before we get into the big one, the Phakisa 200. Falconer pushing hard. He has to, because Rudy Barnard's turned the wick up slightly. Barnard getting down into the 52.1s. And 52.1s is what we're seeing out of Thomas Falconer. But on that last pass, he went down to a 51.8, realizing that Rudy Barnard is coming along and trying to close him down into the closing stages. Kruger hangs on. That third place is very much up for grabs there between the Adlam Auto car of Andre Hemon, who goes on his inside and gets the drive towards turn 1. Gets up to third place and ahead of Jeff Kruger. Kruger down to 4. Hemon running wide, putting a wheel on the dirt there ever so slightly, giving Kruger a bit of a sniff. JP Nokia has not been able to run with these first 4. He's all on his own, so down in 5th. Scarp in 6th place. That's how they're going to be standing as they come into the closing stages of the second heat. Fight on between Andre Duplessis. Behind that, it's Davide Favo and Andrew Fulton. They come into Coca-Cola. Jeff Kruger once again ahead of Andre Hemon. Just to have literally swapped it out on almost every single occasion. You name it. 2.5 laps to go for these guys as they come into the right-hander at Uncini, and it's still Falconer out ahead of Barnard. Barnard running without that back wheel arch after some damage in the first heat. And they come into the fast right-hander, and once again it's Hemon using the slipstream effect. So again, I reiterate, you do not want to be in the lead of a battle heading into the final stages, or you want to put a car between yourself and the man that you're fighting hardest with. Carl Scarp has been caught and passed, and it's Hepburn up into 6th overall and in the lead of Class L. Scarp is 7 overall, but he's the back end of Class B, and looks like he could be caught in pasture by a very determined Andre Duplessis. To that big right-hand sweep. Fibro, brick and paving, loads of 7. Just trying to find a way through there on Carl Scarp. Watching Hepburn get away while he tries to get through. Can't afford to wait too much longer, otherwise he's going to let Hepburn get away completely and he won't be able to come back at him. Speaking of comebacks, well, let's come back and forth with these two. They have literally gone side by side and changed position on numerous occasions in the second heat. It was a 4-way fight in the first one. Top 2 have got away from that second place, or third place battle I should say. The third place battle now is in the hands of Andre Hemon. As I said, do you want to be in the lead of a battle heading into the final lap? That I think was what Jeff Kruger might be contemplating right now. Rather leave it for this one and get him on the next one, so that we can possibly steal the third place podium position. Keep the championship up for grabs. Hepburn closed up on a couple more drivers, in fact. Some back markers now being caught. I think there wasn't Hepburn, a big one. Similar livery on that car. That is Hepburn and Andre Duplessis, Class L. Scarp is now down in 8th place. Hepburn 6, Duplessis 7. Davide Favo will be behind that, a little bit further back there with Gijs van der Walt trying to close him down here in the last part of this one. Here we go. So Thomas Falconer keeping it all at the front end on his final lap, wanting a double victory here, wanting to maybe just get himself a bit of breathing room in this championship over Jeff Kruger, who they fought so hard for between the two of them. Rudy Barnard still in the mix there as well. Could spoil the day for both of them if he can find a way past. So look at this as they come into the Coca-Cola corner. Barnard not giving up. But Falconer just is absolutely smooth sailing at the moment. Just doesn't seem to be anything Thomas Falconer is doing that is wrong. So into the double right-handed Incini 1 and 2. Lotus Challenge about to be wrapped up here for the day. And it looks like it is going to be Thomas Falconer who's going to hang on. He's got 3 corners to go. Barring any mistakes into heel cop or the final turn, looks like Barnard is going to have to settle the second. Falconer is going to have a double victory on the day. It's been a day of doubles here. So Thomas Falconer, Adaptive Resources Engineering, Lotus 7, about to take the second victory of the day for himself and his team, and win out over Mackie Adlam Autos, Rudy Barnard. He finished up in second place. Third place looks like it's going to hang on there between Jeff Kruger, and it is Kruger who beats Andre Heyman to the line, and then JP Nokia will come to finish up the top 5 overall. Further back, let's see if we can pick up on the Class L's now. Sean Hepburn looking for a chance now to wrap up a double on the day for himself as well. There he goes, into the fast right-hander. Hepburn with a nice bit of breathing room here on that last lap, just to take it easy ahead of the Vibro brick and paving machine of Andre Duplessis. There we go, Hepburn, in the background Duplessis. Just watching with the colour of the next car in sight. Looks like it's WD 5 on who's going to come through for third place in the Class L battle. So there we have it. Lotus Challenge is done and dusted for the day. Super effort there from both of them, and massive thanks to Leet Racing for the coverage there of the TLR Lotus Challenge. Up next, we're going to have BMW M Performance Club Racing Series, but before we get to that, let's have a look and see how things have wrapped up unofficially in the Leet Racing Lotus Challenge. Okay, no, we won't go to that. Unfortunately, we can't get the results up there with the timing battling here with our signal issues, courtesy of our good friends Loadhshedding around this circuit here today.